What up, fish people? Kenny E and the lovely Danny E here for another Sunday night of shenanigans. Hope you guys are all doing well. We started the night with Mr. Shady Grady coming in with a new membership. Greatly appreciated. And we got Peplin Creek been a member for 41 months. Saying good evening to us. So first in this evening was Shady Grady. Then we had Eugene coming in second. Carol Cox coming in third. Silver Creek Aquatics coming in after that. Lumpy Dog in the house. What's going on, Lumpy? Linda Worth, good to see you. Long Family Shoal. Always a pleasure. Scotty the Fish Freak, welcome.
Foxy's Fishies, hello.
Miss Roxanne, good to see you, my dear. Uncle Smiley, welcome to the stream. And of course, Mr. Peplin Creek Aquatics. So I am rolling solo at the house tonight. Danny ditched out on me for the entire weekend to go chase cartoon characters again. I managed to get these tanks behind me done finally today. I've got an issue with one of my FX6s. I got to get that figured out. Then I got to figure out why these darn fish will not eat the extreme pellets. I've got a bunch of food in here today. So with that, we're going to do a couple of light adjustments around here. GNC Aquatics, welcome. Brampton Lightcap, welcome. It is extremely hot in this house right now. It's the reason I'm where I'm at. Wanted to get as far away from those windows as I could. Got a fan blowing on me right here. And I'm just chilling on the couch. Plus, you guys don't ever get to see this tank right here that often. So,
true.
We can show that as well as the 135 with the motors and all the ginormous plecos. As you can see, the massive one right, where is it? Right there.
The Leporinus?
No, that's the Leporinus in front. I'm talking about the big pleco.
Oh, yeah, I see him now that he's moving. But you got the big one stuck on the back wall.
Lumpy Dog, they're doing it the last week in September this year. Fishtoberfest will be the last weekend of September.
Only Oscar says, was tidying up the fish room, turned on YouTube, and there you are. Didn't realize it was that late.
Yeah, the whole weekend went kind of quick.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Crapped out. I bought unlimited car washes for the truck. I went by twice today. This narcissistic crow crapped on my truck, and I cannot get the stuff off.
Narcissistic crow?
Yes. He crapped all over me, little jerk. Dennis Christensen, what's going on? Vinowski, welcome. I'm not at all pleased by it. 3D, welcome to the stream.
I want to know what makes a crow narcissistic. Oh my God.
Congratulations, Brandon's always excited when you get something breathing.
What is a 519? Don't know. Only Oscar says we pissed off a crow, I believe. I believe it.
They're one of the ones I like. They're those gray ones with the...
Oh, pretty. Pretty. Very pretty. So I don't think he actually made the crows mad. I have befriended the crows, and they like to hang in the tree. And Ken is now parking under the tree instead of me, and they're crapping all over his truck. I had the funniest thing told to me this week. One of my friends from work was telling me about her camping trip in Big Sur. And they were out and about camping, and that evening she heard something outside of her tent, and she looked outside and she saw this really big tail, and she starts freaking out. She doesn't know what it is, and she thought her friend was out there under the canopy. She's like, "You need to hide. There's something really big out there." And her friend was like, "I was asleep in my tent." And she's like, "There's something really big out there. Stay in your tent." So she she grabs an axe and hands it to her husband. She grabs a hammer, and I have no idea what she was doing with the hammer in her tent. And she also grabbed a can of, and this is what really tickled my funny bone, was she grabbed a can of bug spray. Now, normally, like with bug spray, you'd have like a flame, a lighter, and use it like a torch to get something. But no, she was going to scare off this big giant, what she thought might be a mountain lion, with this can of bug spray. And I was dying picturing her, and she was telling the story, and she has these little glasses that magnify her eyes a little bit, and her eyes were really big. And when she said she grabbed that can of bug spray, I lost it. So anyway, come to find the next day, they went to like a naturalist center for wildlife and stuff that are in that area, and she was talking to the lady there, and she figured out that it was a raccoon that she saw, not a mountain lion. And then they pointed up because they had one hanging from the ceiling, and she's like, "That's a mountain lion." She's like, "Oh, that's big."
Welcome to the stream, Chattanooga Ed. Hello, Nathan Hovey. Holly Gibbs, welcome.
My friend
no, GNC, she is not a Dallas Cowboys fan. She just is visiting our daughter, who they're all a bunch of weirdos in Dallas fans.
Yeah. And this is Miles's streaming setup. As you can see, it says Asian Miles up there, and he's got all the fancy lights on the ceiling. He's got the lights behind the monitors. I mean, it's a pretty cool setup.
She says, "Well, I really like your daughter's family then."
They'll take it.
Yes, that household has Cowboys, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Seattle Seahawks are the teams they root for.
GNC says, "I hate to say it, Danny and Kenny, but I think they might be a little cooler than you two." I wouldn't doubt it. Too funny. Skipper says, "Kenny, auction this Saturday if you're interested."
I might do that, Skipper. It depends if I can get Danny off her butt to ship something.
Big Dub's a bum. Says, "Hey, you dissing me, bro?" I think that's actually Ricky.
Oh, nice, Window Liquor. I'm glad that helped you. Thanks for the $13.99 super sticker. We greatly appreciate that.
Wow. Very nice. So what'd you tell him with the FX6?
Well, those FX6s, you know, they put that super fine thing in the bottom, and I've removed it from all of ours so we keep good flow. He still had it in his. He couldn't figure out. He lost like 50% of the flow, so I told him what was good.
Cool. Good. I'm glad you were able to help. Only Oscar says, "I retired my Cowboy fan card. After 45 years, they'll have to go it alone." I'm shocked that Ken hasn't done that to his Vikings.
I will never give up on my team. Because knowing my normal luck, if I was to do that,
that was Miles.
then sure enough, The year that I gave up on them will be the year they win. What's up, Miles? Go Cowboys. There it is. What's going on, brother?
Al Wet Socks. Hello.
Mr. Al, always great to see you. There's my Aunt Donna. What's going on, Donna?
So yeah, this weekend Ken was supposed to go play games with his brother, but I think he ended up sticking around the house instead.
Hi, Sage.
Only Oscar says I was only a fan because my mom loved the 49ers. And so he went with Dallas. That's very funny. Oh my goodness. So we took the ferry this afternoon, and it's so awesome to see like different kinds of fish in a more saltwater environment. The Puget Sound's up here, and we took a ferry across, and I was looking over into the water as we were going, and I could see these jellyfish on the surface of the water, and I kept seeing them all over. I tried to get some video of it down by where the docks were, but the jellyfish weren't down in that area today. Normally, especially when it's sun shining on the water, they reflect under the water, and it's really cool. And I went down specifically to get some video footage, but they weren't swimming down there today. I saw them out when the ferry was going over, but I love that briny smell of the ocean, and it was so nice. Wind blowing in our faces. It was wonderful. So only Oscar says she hated them the most. Oh, one of those situations, huh? June, you're so funny. So yeah, we had a pretty quiet week. It was very, very hot in Oregon.
It was very, very hot.
So made it not too fun to do stuff around the house. Well, June, I'm glad you had something to look forward to. Chattanooga wants to know what George had for dinner today. Why?
My lunch will be my dinner as well. It is starting to cool off, though. It's 89 degrees now.
Yeah, Heather installed a new air conditioner in here last night so Miles could stream more comfortably and play his video games. So she got an air conditioner just for this room because it was the only room that didn't have one. And so he got to be nice and cool in here last night, and it's just wonderful right now.
Tomorrow's the only day this week not in the 90s. It's going to be 88 tomorrow, and the whole rest of the week it's not. Tuesday's going to be 98.
Oh.
I don't think we're ever going to be able to ship fish again out of here.
Chattanooga Ed says, I'm not hungry tonight. Did you already eat? GNC Aquatic. I literally just finished eating a biggie bag from Wendy's.
What?
A biggie bag from Wendy's. I don't know what comes in a biggie bag.
I think it's a 5-piece nugget, a bacon junior cheeseburger, a fry, and a Coke, I think is what it is.
He says he's not had it yet, but he had a chicken sandwich from Red Robin for lunch. Oh, good. Chattanooga says he already ate dinner with his company. Ooh, only Oscar says they cooled down to 100. It's just too hot. Too hot. Oh, my goodness. So yeah, we had super fun catching Chinese and cartoon characters, as Ken likes to call them. It was a blast of a weekend. And we were on the ferry. It was like all of us were catching shinies, like left and right. It was so much fun.
So he says you get a junior bacon cheeseburger, a fry, a Coke,
And 4 chicken
and
nuggets.
4 chicken nuggets. Well, it's pretty bad that I know what each value meal is. That's probably really bad, actually.
Yeah, but do you go to Wendy's often?
No, but I just remembered.
Chattanooga said I also had Bucky nuggets for dessert.
Him and his Bucky nuggets, man. Now I'm gonna have to go in here now on these 2 takes I just cleaned and get all this food they're not eating out of there, so I don't have a problem again tomorrow.
Byron says, "Good evening, y'all. Long time no see. Hope you're having a great summer." Yes. Yes, we are. What's sad is we have not been able to take out the boat much at all. OFC Danny got the most shinies. Her luck is insane. I don't think I got the most shinies. I got a lot of different shinies. Chattanooga says, "I'm a very happy man with his buggy nuggets." Uncle Smiley's aquarium says, "I'm jealous, Ed." Bucky nuggets. So Ed shipped us some Bucky nuggets because we'd never heard of them and we'd never tasted them. We wondered what all the hype was about Bucky nuggets. Chattanooga says, even though Danny's flag is triggering me.
And I don't know if you noticed, but they purposely went and bought a Kansas City one just to put the Dallas over the top of. See the red behind it?
Kenneth, that's just me.
Look at how big this guy is getting now. That clown leporitis is huge.
Yeah,
he needs
he
to
is.
go to 300 now. I did have a filthy, dirty comment on one of my videos this week. I had a short of Drogonette, and this guy goes, "Shame on you. You could tell you're a beginning fish keeper, keeping that big fish in that little 55.
Not that big. That's all
So I
she does.
responded back. I said, "Shame on you for not knowing the fish keeper. You're disking." Maybe you should watch the rest of my content before you open your mouth next time.
But, you know, everybody has their opinion. You're going to get you can't please 100% of the people 100% of the time.
Go! Now we got some Vikings fans showing up in this sucker.
What I have to say to the negative people is I'm glad that you're concerned. You know, at least you're a caring person. Craziness. Especially
What's going
in
on, Big Steve? Welcome. But Danny and I are planning on breaking down Drogonette. I'm going to bring one of the bigger tanks from outside and put it on that fireplace for her. I still am considering bringing her up here. I'd love to have her up here, really, because she is a character.
She is a character, and she's got so much personality. And when we go down there, she follows us from one end of the tank to the other.
I think she'd like it better if she were up here and around us every day. I normally don't get showrun, but this one just rubbed me the wrong way this time.
GNC says, "No, I like Kenny's attitude towards naysayers better."
Well, really, that's the first troll I've gotten in probably almost a year and a half. So we don't get them that often.
No, most people in the hobby are pretty positive people. So, only Oscar says, "You have 55-gallon tanks. Shame on you."
$55s will still be in the house. The only thing is going to be gone. There won't be any 20s and 10s, and we'll have a few 30s for the shrimp, and that's about it. I'm really getting anxious to do another round of teardowns. Start condensing some of these fish. Start making some more painful decisions.
I think we're doing pretty good. And there's a couple of tanks that I think don't have any fish in them downstairs, so we should probably get those broken down.
Like what?
The one that was next to the crab tank down in the what used to be the rack room.
That's got emerald green shrimp in it.
I have seen 0 shrimp in that tank. I don't see anything in there except a few snails.
Guarantee you, we start breaking it down, then we'll start seeing shrimp.
Oh, there's a bunch of algae in there. "3G says the fish police came after me for having 150 angel fry in 2.5 gallon tank."
I'm sure that wasn't their permanent enclosure anyway. I'm sure you were just hatching them.
Probably just hatching them.
I mean, the twisted side of me just wants to do a video, a gag video, and take 3 of my biggest fish, put them in a 10-gallon, say, "Look at my beautiful 10-gallon.
Oh, don't
This
do
is
it.
this is my 30-inch common pleco, and that's Betty, the 18-inch bullhead." And I put a couple of their Brycon buddies in there. Aren't they doing great?
Big Steve's glass box said it's the 2.5 gallon grow out tank. And GNC says, "Do it."
Problem is, you really would be bothering the fish for a little bit. I don't want to do that to them.
That's so funny.
And the 75 that's behind me here, over here, that one over there, I'm going to transfer all those fish somewhere, and that's going to become my wife's new Tanganyikan tank for her Reganis and her Judeochromis. And
Yeah, my Judeochromis are going crazy.
I tell you what, ever since I've changed the water, Leporitis is like, "Hey, I own this tank. Anybody want to mess with me? Let's go." He's tired of that vieja.
Eugene said, "Them fish would be like, what happened?" And only Oscar says, "You're tempting me." But thankfully, we just really don't get a lot of negative Nancy's out there. Or perturbed Pete's. Oh. Here's a school of Oscars in my 5-gallon. Come at me, bro. I like how you say that. A school of Oscars.
Well, Michael seems to be loving those things.
Yeah, they do. They eat them.
It's funny, as the ones in the other, well, they're not even eating theirs. I'm done with this food. I think it's that those are what, the extreme we're feeding right now?
They were extremely expensive, too.
Yeah, I'll go back to bug bites. I don't care if I got to pay the extra. They'll sit buying shit if they won't eat it.
Yeah.
Except the ones downstairs do, so it's weird.
I know.
It's just these ones their entire life have been on bug bites, so now they're spoiled.
You would think that they would get hungry after a while and just switch over to the better food or the food. I don't know if it's better or not. Stephen White says, put the 3 in a 2120G and say it's their travel tank for Sunday rides on the boat.
Yeah.
And Eugene's like, Labrinus versus Snakehead. I like snakeheads. I think they're a cool fish.
Yeah, it really made us mad that we couldn't keep them anymore. We kept those in Hawaii. We loved them. They are a mean fish in the tank, though. They are pretty gnarly.
So Evergreen Psyche says, good evening to all of the fine fishy talk folk. Hello. Good to see you. Oh, Big Steve, I like to make my own G.I. Joe action figures, and I came up with a Big Steve yesterday. He said, just keep feeding it. When they get hungry enough, they'll eat it. Shoot, I have begun eating my wife's cooking after not eating for a few hours. Well, we've been feeding him this. I bought a bucket, a 2.5 gallon bucket of those extreme pellets for those fish. And literally we're down to the last of it, and they still aren't eating it. What?
Lucas and I have been trying to. He called me like on Friday, right before I got off work. I forgot to call him back. Then Saturday, I forgot to call him back. I called him back today, and he didn't pick up. I said, "Tag, you're it." Now he goes, laugh out loud. Hey, sorry I missed you again. Had company both days and trying to juggle the in between, but I'll tag you back.
Yeah, Jeremy just tried to call me. But I texted him back saying, I'm streaming. So.
Yeah, if I knew that was going on there, I should have went up and saw Jeremy yesterday because from his porch, he was sitting there chilling, drinking beer, listening to, of all people, Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice is the headline band at the Whiskey Fest this year.
Whoa.
Of course, after he plays the one song, what else are we going to listen to? I mean, he only had one really good song.
I don't know. I don't know if I ever heard any of his other stuff. Are you hearing an echo back at all?
Huh?
Are you hearing an echo back at all?
No, stop stressing about it.
Just making sure. So yes, this next week we need to get a lot done around the fish house. I don't know how we're going to do it with the heat, but we got to get some stuff done. Especially me. I need to start pulling more weight around there. I've taken a long enough hiatus.
Well, you got a series to get caught up on. I already dropped the first video like a week ago.
He also sings the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle song. Go Turtles, go Turtle, go.
I forgot he did sing that song.
And of course, Chattanooga Ed would know that. How do you like Miles's lights over here? All these. Isn't that cool? Yeah, Byron says the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle song is his other hit.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen.
Nathan Hovey says, I try to feed something different every day. I have 5 types of food, 6, including the bottom feeder, Tetracolor granules, Tetracolor flakes, Bug Bite granules, Fiber Bites, Spirulina 20 flakes, and bottom feed. I just do one kind of food per day. I do flakes or I do the tropical granules. Except for the tanks that are behind Ken because the fish are so much bigger. I mean, they're huge fish. Larry,
They don't seem to like this. It's kind of weird. I don't understand it. The only thing you can think of, unless that food, because you leave it out in the garage, is picking up all the impurities that are in the garage and soaking up into it, and they smell it or taste it.
Big Steve's glass boxes said, Ed, are you saying there's a Big Steve G.I. Joe figurine that sings Ninja Turtle songs? Just take the whole wallet.
Hello, Lori.
Only Oscar said he did another song besides the turtle song. So Nathan always says, yeah, that's what I mean. Also, Danny, I'll throw in frozen brine and blood worms along with vinegar eels for the small fish. Yeah, Ken gets brine, mysis shrimp, blood worms, and krill. Yeah, and then he buys those frozen and then feeds those to the different fish too. I mean, they get kind of a variety, but you can't feed that every day. It gets too expensive, especially at this house. Lefty, hello.
Good to see you, Lefty. A Looney Tunes hammer. Principal's leaving. They want me to take over a STEM position.
At my building, plus a bunch of other stuff. Wow. Yes. Hello, Lefty. It's nice to see you.
I told my work that I was potentially leaving them, but they're we'll see how that goes. It's going to be good for us if I get this position because it's work from home, which means I can now become a fish keeper again. Oh, wow. The 2 longfin albinos in this 110 we can probably introduce to the breeding colony now. They're both like this now.
Oh.
They're actually prettier than their parents.
So Nathan Hovey has a question for you. Kenny, have you ever used beef heart? I tried it when I had a bunch of cichlids, but they didn't care for it.
I've only used that stuff one time, and I didn't care for it and never used it again. I think it's more messy, and I just didn't like the idea of all that leftover stuff laying around the tank. If you should happen to miss a piece, I imagine that would foul the water pretty quickly.
So Nathan Hovey says, Lefty, glad to see you're still around. It really is. Oh, and Chattanooga had said I used it, but I ground up shrimp and tilapia into it. So
I tell you, the price that a lot of these products are getting up to, I almost think it'd be cheaper to go to a fish market and get shrimp and stuff like that and feed it to your fish.
Yeah.
Probably as well, like if you got plecos that are not really meat eaters, more vegetable based, but I like to feed them green beans, so they love the green beans.
Mm-hmm. Go with the flow. Aquatic says, I'm with Kenny. Beef heart leaves a lot. And Chattanooga Ed says I use Raphael's to clean up after the beef heart that was on the bottom.
That's a fable too, Ed. My Raphaels are fat, lazy fish.
They are so chubby. Have you done a video on how chubby those things are, Kenny? The chubster.
We're part of the top 100.
We should do an update because they're chunky. Ooh, Byron. He says, Renee and I have the Philippine Blue Smoky Angel Wigglers. Hope I can get to the next step.
Now, are those ones that are like ours over here?
Yes. Well, they're similar. Not quite the same. Because
these ones are aging out on us now. I'll have to find out from Rachel what those were.
They're smoky Pinoy angels. I just told you. So that's what they are. But we don't have any mates to go with that one that's left. Look at, you can see it looks all blue and he's swimming right behind your head there. Yeah, he's super pretty.
So now we're down to like 6 Altums. They've been just unmercifully whacking each other this week.
Yeah. I don't know.
And they're killing other fish in the tank.
And they're not mating. They're not getting their breeding colors or anything. They're just mad at the world. And they're in a 240 gallon. It's not.
Killed our last discus on Earth. Killed him last week. And now today I found another angel. So we've lost like 3 of the angels this week. 2 Denison barbs, 2 gold barbs.
Nuts. It's just nuts.
And all of them got their eyeballs ate out and bite marks all over them.
It's crazy. I don't know why they're so angry. It's very sad. That was a gorgeous tank. I loved that tank.
We'll get it back to it. We're just going to have to reset that one too.
Yep.
It's the other thing, Danny and I finally came clear. A lot of our tanks have been up for a while now, so we're starting to have a bunch of fish starting to age out.
Byron says his are a lighter blue color than the one that's in the tank behind you. So 3G says, Byron, don't feed baby Bryant shrimp until free swimming and all will be good. They do like fresh baby brine shrimp though, the newly hatched. Victor says, do you have a fish graveyard?
Yes, it's called the Milwaukee Dump.
Or I used to bury them out under my ferns, and my ferns would grow like crazy.
I mean, there's some fish that they were really like Chaka didn't get thrown in the garbage.
No.
If they're fish that I name that are really important to me, then they usually get a burial.
Yep. They do.
But nowadays, I try not to name any of them because I think it's
they'll always the ones that die. It's very sad. So yeah, I need to really get in there this week and clean all the upstairs tanks. Give everybody, yes, only Oscars. That is so true. Names kill. You know which ones I'm really enjoying though are the now the name.
What kind of cichlids are they, Window Liquor? Sorry, honey.
No, rock keel. The rock keel Severums are the ones I'm just absolutely loving right now.
Yeah, they should probably take one of our tanks and turn that into a breeding tank for them.
They're gorgeous.
I just don't know how much market there are for rock heel severums.
Yeah, I know. So window liquor number 5 says new fry coming up as well. Just months though. That's okay. Says I scored 2 new cichlids last week from Bobby G's in London. Top breeder, an orange one named Pumpkin and a blue and red one named Ruby Rod. Just trying to build up the stock I had. Very cool. Eugene says, Victor C., I'm thinking fish zombies too. Ew. No goodness. Yeah, you can really see how blue that Pinoy angel is in that tank behind you, Ken. It's crazy. 3G says severums equal no live plants. True.
Almost all of our cichlid tanks are that way, though.
Yeah.
I've tried everything, literally.
Yeah. We've tried. We heard they didn't like anubias. No, they just chew off all the roots on the plants, and then the plant starves to death.
I was so proud I came home with this ginormous sword for Danny one time. When did that last? 2 weeks?
Huge. It was huge.
It didn't cost me $50. I was pissed.
Yep.
Torn to shreds in about 2 days. It was over 3 feet tall. I got it for the 300. It took me 6 days to get it to finally allow me to plant it. Every time I planted it would come floating up. So finally had that perfect, and then I come back the next day and it's just shredded in a million pieces.
Yep. All the leaves are floating on the top of the water. It was a sad day. So, but I'm looking forward to getting some of our tanks like rescaped, redone, new fish in them, or different combinations. I'm excited to get that done, especially the one in my bedroom. For some reason, a little piece of guppy grass got in there, and it's now just taken over the whole tank. What are you doing, Ken?
Looking to see if George has his link already.
Oh. Is George going after us? George, are you? He was on here earlier.
Yeah, he's got one.
Okay. Window Liquor said I had to pull 30 out of my 90-gallon cichlid after a power outage. That sucked. I bought a $1,000 Jenny after they all had names, but I like naming them.
Start.
Ooh, 40 threadfin fry. Oh, that's amazing. I love those fish. Thumb that thumb, folks, Sage says. How you doing, Sage? Nathan always says, I was going to fill a 50-gallon with guppy grass, but changed my mind last minute and planted it. How did that work out? I mean, I'm mindful. Sometimes sends down roots and actually plants itself, but I don't think I've ever seen it actually planted in a tank. Stephen P says, Richard, what kind of water do you have for all these breeding fish? Sage says she's staying cool. Good for you. It's really nice in here. Nice and cool. It's really good. Three what?
No. You said it's nice and cool. I was having you read between the lines.
Oh. Kenny's jelly.
I plan to be nice and cool as soon as this stream's over. Got my laundry done, got all the fish fed.
So Go With The Flow says, Stephen, I have the threadfin in soft water, about 150 TDS. That's really good water.
What type of thread fins was he talking about?
Well, I'm picturing the little rainbow type.
Well, you got threadfin Acaras, you got threadfin.
I'm thinking of the rainbow thread fins. Maybe those are feather fins. Thread fin rainbows, you said. Yep. They're such pretty little fish, and they've got the littlest, tiniest mouth. You have to feed them a pretty fine food. But they're so pretty. Oh. Nathan Hobie says, no, I planted with other plants. I have planted guppy grass in another tank, and it didn't care. It ended up just growing crazy anyway.
Yeah, Danny and I got to spend a bunch of time on this one. We got, all of a sudden, we never had Blackbeard. All of a sudden, we got Blackbeard everywhere.
Yeah. So that's going to be a chore to try to get rid of.
Pretty much every tank in this house has to go back. We used to do it at least once or twice a year where we go through and scrape every rock. And
yeah. Big Steve's Glass Boxes says, I love when those threadfin males start dancing. They put on a show. They sure do. The way they spike up their fins and, oh my goodness, they're amazing. Stephen Patey says I accidentally contaminated some CO2 injected tanks with guppy grass. Now it's forever. It becomes duckweed at that point, right?
can't believe my green tear lived and a big marble one made it. And a bunch of yellow labs. It was a couple of months ago. Haven't had to use the Jenny, but I'm glad I got a good one now. That must be another conversation.
Nathan Hovey said, Richard has a magic touch or something. People swear he sings to the fish, but I think he has them sign a contract that they'll breed or move out. That's funny.
Yeah, Danny and I are looking forward. Well, at least I am. I got a bunch of fish I need to move out, so we're looking forward to Oktoberfest to be able to start moving some of these fish.
Yep.
There's not anything really going on from now until then, so if I get this other job, I probably will fire up a couple of videos to let you all know what we have available right now.
Yep. Big Steve's Glass Boxes says, Nathan, they have that lease agreement. They just don't know it. Although I had a guy that used to go and he would buy fish and he'd breed them and then he'd get rid of them. Buy some more fish, or give him fish, or get him in an auction or at the club. Get some more fish, breed them, and then he'd get rid of them. He was always I think he was working on becoming a grandmaster breeder. Byron says, dang it, Danny. My fish room heard you say duckweed, and now I see it in 3 more tanks. Oh, I know. Kenneth and I have been really fighting that battle.
Yeah, the ones I busted my butt on last week are already full again.
Yeah, it's nuts how contagious that stuff is.
You got to be super careful, especially if you have shrimp, that they aren't sticking to the backside of it.
Big Steve's glass boxes says every tank I have has to pay for it, pay its way. It has to produce something. I should go with that theory more often. We have like just sitting right by Ken. Those are just tanks in the living room to enjoy. They are not breeding tanks.
Well, they produce smiles, Steve, so there you have it.
Good answer, Kenny. That's a good answer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's up, Nano Aquarium guy? Good to see you.
I got to quit doing that. I'm not used to being in a chair that moves. I need to stay still.
You're not what?
I'm not used to being in a chair that moves, and I need to stay still. Instead of sitting here going like this.
Let's take a piece. Some of my tanks produce expenditures. Does that count?
Big Steve's glass boxes says my landlord doesn't accept smiles. Byron wants to know
smiles for a bag of bug bites.
how many smiles for a bag of bug bites.
Listen, I realized a long time ago that if you're going to keep fish, it's going to cost you a lot of money, okay? I just pray that you can get some of it back occasionally, but I guarantee if I take all the money I've made on fish business compared to all my expenditures, I'm probably still down by, I don't know, 40 grand.
Probably. Window Looker says, my fish work for it. They swim back and forth. That's too funny.
Why we decided to start downside. I mean, we were just tired. I mean, wintertime, our electric bills average $1,000 a month. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. So, yeah, for sure.
Premierly, I would love to get us down to about 40 tanks now. And I might beef it back up when we're retired and we can actually spend the time on them. Assuming we get better electric and heat sources in this house.
Yeah.
It might just be changing houses. I don't know if I want to dump a bunch of money in this old house.
I don't know.
I think I'd rather go to a house that's brand new, nothing to fix, and then just ruin it with fish tanks.
Big Steve's glass box says I'm way in the hole. Faux show.
I was doing okay when I could actually, do some of these fish fam auctions, stuff like that, do a video once in a while, and that was working. I was moving enough fish, but then when I took these body shop jobs, I work Monday through Friday, so it's next to impossible to ship down for me. I did do it. I do it occasionally, but it entails me getting up at 4 a.m., bagging fish, handing them off to Danny. She has to go at her lunch hour to drop them.
Yep. Byron Volman says, I feel you, man. It's more for my enjoyment than making money. And I enjoy sharing with other people. Eugene said, hi, Nano. Oh, the Nano Aquarium guy. Ah, hello. How are you doing? I missed you coming in. Are you going to put the link out there for Mr. George?
What'd you say?
You going to put the link up there for Mr. George?
You're real observant.
Oh, I guess you did. Dirt. Only Oscar says, I was going to say, Kenny, your job is causing problems. You don't offer as many fish. Retire to make me happy. He would love to retire. If only we had the money for him to retire.
Well, they're saying now that the Social Security is going to run out by 2035 now, they're saying. So by the time you and I are ready to retire, they're going to snatch our stuff and we're going to be like, oh, well, what are we going to do now?
Window Looker says, I look at it as at least you have something to show for it. It didn't go out the tailpipe of a car or in and out of your body. LOL. This is true. And I hate paying for things like insurance because it's air. There's nothing tangible with insurance. It's like, oh. So George says he's going to try giving a sample fish trivia.
Yeah, June says, yeah, they've been saying that shit, Kenny, for 30 years.
So Chattanooga says, Kenny, I would definitely make G.I. Joe of you if you became a mercenary.
I think I would enjoy being a mercenary. Can I start in Portland?
No. My husband who won't go hunting.
No. Well, that's different. That's cute little animals. Humans are jerks.
William, be nice.
All right, so we'll drop George's one more time.
Byron says, look what Ken can do. No, let's not.
Thank you, Lori. She did it right after I did it.
Right before.
I forgot Lori was in here, so I didn't have to be dropping links.
She's just like, stop it. Well, thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us.
So we'll go hashtag Pokemon, since it seems to be the most popular thing nowadays. Well, thank you all for coming out tonight. We greatly appreciate you. Thanks all my members and super chatters. We definitely always could use a little extra cash. Thanks to all the lurkers and replay crew, all my moderators for keeping us safe, and of course, all you crazy people for coming and spending an hour with us. Greatly appreciated. Head on over to George, hashtag Pokemon.
Byron saying that your G.I. Joe would have to be in chaps. No.
Oh my God. Byron, Chaps don't work for me because you actually have to have an ass. So chaps are a bad idea for me. It looked like chaps with one big crack in the middle. It'd be like a packet on steroids. Anyway, guys, head on over to George. As always, love your fishes. Kenny E. Carol, we made it to the end. We did not go in the gutter till the end this time. Peace.
Thank you.